The problems in the world today exist because the people who are in charge of the world have done a very, very clever thing. They've specifically designed the world in which a way that the people at the bottom, because we're all at the bottom, even me with all my millions, right? The people at the bottom are so busy fighting with each other that we never look up and realize we're getting fucked. And the reason they do that, the blacks hate the whites, Republicans hate the Democrats, the men hate the women. Eurocentric, he said this, you don't have pay gap, blah, blah, blah. It's all slave mind shit to keep us all fighting amongst each other. Do you think when a billionaire who's black meets a billionaire who's white, they talk about race? No. Fuck no. You think a female billionaire and a male billionaire meet, they start talking about Eurocentrism, feminist fucking garbage? No. Stop buying into that shit. It's a fucking trick and it's a fucking lie. All of it. Throw it away. Throw it the fuck away. If you want to be attractive as a female, you know what you need to do. You need to go to the fucking gym. And just because Myron said it, you need to be smart enough. You need to be smart enough to not let yourself get triggered by the fact that he just said something you're not used to hearing. No. That's all it is. Yep. That's all it is.
Of course. Criticizing
women. You're saying that feminism is about women having equal rights under the law. Let me give you a very quick red pill. Women have basically every advantage under the law today. Any divorce court, any court when it comes to custody, there's not a single law where they say men can do this and women can't do this. But there's about 1,000 that say women can and men can't. So you already have an advantage under the law. So you can drop the feminism crap. And what I'm saying is, when I talk about femcentrism, when you're going to sit here and lie to yourself and pretend you want a female pilot on that plane, what you have to understand is, to some degree, you've been programmed by a femcentric society, which is telling you that in a scenario where you have to make a very binary and simple choice, you don't feel comfortable enough to say, I want a man in control. You all just sat here and said you want a relationship with a man in control. But when you're on a plane in a hurricane, you don't want a man in control. You're lying to yourselves. And I'm telling you this now. You need to resist the slave mind. And I'm telling you this because the world we live in, because the world we live in now is nothing but slave minds. The people who wear the mask in their car by themselves because the news told them to, and they're getting their 15th booster shot. This is the slave mind. This is a big point I want to make because women confuse this very often. They talk about the fact that men have all the power, men make all the money, men are in charge, and we oppress women. Let me make something very clear to you. Firstly, you're confusing 1% of men with all men. The majority of men have no money, no power, no sex from their wife, no fucking chance in court. They can't even keep their house. They won't get to see their kids. And they don't. So most men, their life sucks. That's the first thing. The second thing, when a man gets up at 4 a.m. to go carry garbage to earn a good wage, he ain't thinking, I'm going to do this so I can oppress that bitch because she's broke. He's doing it thinking so I can provide for my family, so my woman can stay at home and raise my kids and have nice nails while I'm out here carrying trash. You go to a coal mine, those dudes are not down there thinking about oppressing women. They're down there thinking about providing for women. Now, I'm not saying that there's not bad apples, but in general, us men are prepared to take on more bullshit to protect you than you would possibly believe. And in the modern world, they've spun that. Feminism spun that. Men make all the money. You women need more money because men make the money and men are in charge and men have the good jobs. Men are out here giving up their fucking life for you chicks. They're giving up their life for you. And feminism prevents you respecting it. And this is a Western phenomenon. I say this as a man who lives in the East. In the East, women don't think that way. They think, I don't want to make money. I want a man who takes care of me. I want to drive a Bentley. I want 3 or 4 kids. I want the man to make money. And I will respect him for working so hard for me. It's only here in the West they start talking shit, saying, well, I deserve that job too, blah, blah, blah. It's not even, it won't even make you happy. You don't want that job. It's stress. It's unhappiness. It's bullshit. There's nothing wrong. And it's not fair. What it's not fair to do is to make fun of something that they cannot change. It's not fair to judge someone by their skin color. It's certainly not fair to judge a man by his height, but you all do it. It's not fair, but it is fair to judge somebody by their own personal choices, which they can definitely affect if they so choose. Because that says a lot about their personality as a whole. I'll tell you something that's going to sound crazy, so put it all over the fucking internet, make me go viral. I don't do business with fat fuckers. I'm talking about men. If I sit down with a fat guy, I don't do business with him because I assume he's lazy. I assume he's lazy. I will sit there with him and say, you know what? You're sitting here, you want $7 million of my money, and you can't even hit a fucking treadmill? No, I won't do it. That's great. But life as an average man, Joe Schmo, is literally fucking horrible. And I don't think most women understand this because you know what the biggest problem about being an average dude is? What? If you're an average dude, and you work in KFC and you ain't shit and you get a chick, you know what the problem with that is? That means your chick fucks average dudes.
Bam.
So now everybody's competition.
Bam.
That motherfucker at McDonald's.
Why is everybody competition?
Because
But you would have to stay within
What
your
if she's
standards.
in love
Can
with you
agree
and you're in
that?
love with her?
Because why would someone go above their standards or less
tell you,
than if they
I'm gonna
don't
tell you.
deserve that?
I'm going to tell you, when you're a big G, you're hard to replace.
Of course.
But if you're literally Joe Schmo,
I agree.
it's unfortunate, but it's true. You're relatively easy to replace.
But there
It's
are
unfortunate.
women in that